Hey, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll be going over a few things that you may not know about immigrants from Nigeria. Living in Nigeria, we do not have a lot of excess. We do not have a lot of resources available to us. So we always have to make sure that we use our available resources wisely. I also have to let you know that most people actually live on less than $2 a day. After moving over to the United States of America, I quickly realized how I need to be wise with my money because there were no friends, no family members. So if I needed money, well, I'm kind of on my own. And also I couldn't work because with the documents that I had, I couldn't really work on that document as a student. And when I find myself needing some money, I always have to call home. And I have to tell you, that's a very uncomfortable feeling also because if you are familiar with the economy in Nigeria and the exchange rate, so just to give you a perspective, $1 is worth about 400 naira in Nigeria. And that's a very steep slope for people to send over money here. So I had to be very, wise with the way I spent my money just so that I don't have to make that call too often. If you ask any immigrant, I'm sure they will tell you stories like mine that will touch your mind and make you feel very sorry for their experiences. Now, it's not easy to come into a foreign land and survive. So the question I have for you is, as an immigrant, how can we thrive? How can we make sure we can actually achieve the goals that we came here to achieve? As you all know, a lot of people always have this mindset that, in the United States, you probably just pick money from the ground, because there's just money everywhere. When that is not true, most of us work our butts off day and night just to make a living. For that reason, we always have to go the extra mile to make sure that we stay out of trouble, we exceed, the expectations of others in terms of when we're given tasks to do. And also when it comes to school, most of us do pretty well at school as well because of the upbringing that we had coming from, Africa. Unfortunately, not everyone gets to a point in life where they make a lot of money. And that's because most people that come here do not have any support or relatives that can get them through while they are in school or in training for something lucrative. Now, if you ask any African parent, they will tell you that their kids must either be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, otherwise you have no career. And that's the truth. So the point is, how can we make sure that we achieve these goals despite the fact that we do not have any support around us? According to research that I found, it's shocking to realize that most immigrants don't become successful in terms of financial wealth. And that's because of the fact that most people are busy trying to survive here and also survive back from their home country. So they either have to take care of their family members back in the home country and also survive here. So you have your expenses in two places. So some of them do have homes, and they have to pay for their homes back at home, and they also have to pay for their homes here, or whether they're renting or they bought a home. So you can imagine if you have to split your expenses in twos, that pushes you to actually work a lot harder than an average person that has just one residence. According to the statistics that I found, in order for you to be in the 1% wealth spectrum, you need about $10 million in assets. And for you to be in the top 10%, you need about $1.7 million. That's a lot of money. But then the surprising thing is that the top 1%, majority of those people are obviously the natives or white people that were brought here, and very few percentage are immigrants. And like I said, from earlier discussion, it's obvious that this is all due to the fact that not a lot of immigrants do get the necessary support that they desire when they move over here. So what can we all do to make sure that we get to a point in our life where we can actually have a lot of extra income and also help people from home? Well, I have a few tips for you, and I'll say about 3 of them, and I'll add one more actually. Well, the first thing is obviously through education. I have to be honest with you. It takes a lot of education sometimes to get to that top bracket. And I mean, you become a doctor, you become a lawyer, you become an engineer. It's as simple as that. If you do all these jobs and you're able to get to the top of your career, you will be making a lot of money and you probably get into this bracket easily. But obviously it takes time and it takes a lot of sacrifices also. And to be honest with you, if you have to go through using a lot of loans, you end up racking up a lot of debt. But in the long run, you will come out ahead. That's the truth. The other thing a lot of people would do is through investments. Now, when I mean investments, like investing in the stock market. If you time it right and you're lucky and everything works with you, then yes, you'll make a lot of money. Now, it takes time also and it takes consistency. And this is where the problem comes in. A lot of us do not want to part away with our money that we've worked hard for, especially when you have a lot of people that you have to support at home. So that puts us in a situation where we're putting very little amount of money into investments, and we obviously get little returns, which means we end up working for a longer period of time in order for our lives to get to the point where we would like in terms of, financial wealth. What about if you have a skill or talent? Well, to be honest with you, United States welcomes a lot of talent, and if you have a good talent and you're ready to be dedicated, you can actually use your talent to get it to the next level in terms of building financial wealth. It is difficult, it's not easy, it takes time and dedication, but that is something that is available to everyone. The last one, inheritance. A lot of people that live here sometimes are wealthy back at home, and they're able to get a lot of support from home because of the fact that their parents are super wealthy. And that's the truth. If you have a lot of financial wealth at home, most of them can bring it over to the United States to acquire assets that generate a lot of more income for them, and they're able to basically grow from there. That is the easiest, and that is the fastest way also. Are there other ways? There's so many other ways. Can you start a business? Can you create an app? Can you create an online business or an online store to sell if you have a good product or if you have a good idea? Yes, these are all possible ways, all right? But I decided to just share these 4 things because these are all like things that we can relate to. We all can relate to it easily. We all can go to school and earn a degree that will help us to earn more money. We all can invest, no matter how little you make. We all have people that have talents and skills that may be able to generate them some income. And then you have people that may be wealthy that that has wealth at home, and they're able to acquire a lot of good assets here to grow their fortune. As an immigrant, we all need to work harder. We all need to be more focused. We all need to understand that we are not starting on the same level as people that grew up here. We are not starting at the same level like people that didn't have to go through immigration processes that we mostly have to go through. If you have found value in this video and you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider sharing with someone that you know. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in my next video.